Yo guys, what's going on? Monday to 6 here, back to the 2004 Ford Explorer Sport Trac. And today we have some of this Rust-Oleum hammered black spray paint. Today we're going to be painting some of the interior pieces that have just been worn out through the years, and we're going to make it look great again. Okay, here's the interior of the Sport Trac here. Here are some of the items we're going to be painting black. So I'm going to be painting these little vents up here. This vent, optional if you guys don't want to, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint this passenger airbag here. It's got tons of scuff marks on it. Not going to take it out, just going to tape it off, scuff it, put the adhesive promoter on it, and then paint it. The radio bezel here has tons of wear on it. Over here by the control buttons, the AC vents, and we're also going to be taking off this cluster bezel as well, which will require us to move this panel down on the bottom, couple other little screws here and there. But this piece is painted silver, and I want that black just to match the bezel, the airbag over here in these vents. That Rust-Oleum hammered is the same I painted my center console with. It's held up really nice. It's very forgiving. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll get started. Okay, this is what we're going to need to paint the interior of the Sport Trac. We have our Rust-Oleum hammered spray paint. We have our plastic adhesive promoter. We'll have some gloves so we don't get paint on our hands. Some blue painter's tape. And some red scuffing pads. Everything you see here, there will be a link down in the description. Alright, let's go ahead and get the easy stuff out first. I'm going to go ahead and pop off this vent. And this vent right here. All you need is a small little flat screwdriver. Just be careful. Go in there. Pop it out. Just like that. Same with this one right here. Oh, easy as that. Okay, let's get the second one here. Perfect. Okay, next we're going to be removing the radio bezel here. There are two screws under here that hold the radio bezel in. I did not put mine back in because I knew I was going to be removing this at some point. So just go ahead and remove those two bolts that are down here. And the rest of the radio bezel, unclick, like so. Once you have this out, make sure you disconnect your radio and you disconnect whatever switches you have. This is for the rear window. I know there's some four-wheel drive over here if you have the four-wheel drive option. Just make sure you disconnect everything and then take this radio bezel out. Just a detailed look at this bezel here. You can see exactly just how scuffed up it is. 16 years of wear and tear. This bezel's never been repainted, but you can just see from the AC controls, you know, everywhere up top where you touch, you know, the paint's just gone. So this hammered black is going to look really good. It's really forgiving. Okay, went ahead and got everything removed off this radio bezel. We're just going to have to tape up this up-down for the rear window control. Have the cigarette lighter removed and the radio. We're going to go ahead with this cluster bezel right here. We're going to have to take off this bottom piece here. I believe there are 3 screws, one under here and then 2 under this hood release latch here. You can go ahead and pop that already. But there will be 2 screws under there. I believe another one under here so we can take this panel off. Oh, looks like there is another screw down here. Right here. So there will be a total of 4 screws you'll have to be able to remove in order to drop the panel. Right, in order to get to these screws right here, we'll just have to remove 2 of these bolts in this big metal plate. So one here, one right here. You'll be able to pull it down. This will give you access to the bolts for the dash. So you don't need to fully take this off. Just those 2 bolts and you'll be able to get access to those bolts. Okay, in order to remove all the bolts for this dash, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 right behind here. And 5 right there. And I believe in order to get this out, we will have to move the shifter down into the number 1 position to give it easier access to get this dash out. We'll go ahead and we'll get those 5 bolts removed first. I got the 5 bolts removed. You should just be able to pull this straight forward. You can see this whole gauge cluster is loose right here. More than likely we'll have to disconnect the headlights and the inside dimmer switch. But let me go ahead, we'll drop this down into number 1 and see if we can pull this out. Okay, we're dropped down into number 1. You can see this is coming out pretty good. Oh, it's coming out. Hope we don't break it. Alright, looks like it'll go towards the driver's side there. Alright, let's go ahead and disconnect the headlights and the interior dimmer switch. But we have it out. We got the dash bezel right here. See, everything's disconnected. Let's turn this over. We're going to remove this AC vent right here with this, I think there's 1, 2, 3 bolts holding it on. And then this headlight and interior dimmer switch right here. You can just see there's 2 tabs here that you'll press. And this thing should come out. Oh, let me just grab a screwdriver, but yeah, we'll take this out in this vent and we'll start taping everything off. Okay, we got everything removed here off this cluster dash panel here. Now we're going to start scuffing everything up. So all the silver right here will be scuffed up and we'll start taping it off. This is where we're going to use our red scuff pad right here. It's really abrasive, so we can hit this with it. It's going to take off all the surface imperfections and make that ready for paint. Now after you get your parts sanded right here, if you want to remove any contaminants or grease, you can go ahead and get yourself some rubbing alcohol. Put it on a nice cotton towel and then rub the parts down. That'll remove any fingerprints, grease, debris, foreign contaminant that will contaminate your paint. Just wanted to throw that in there. Okay, we have all of our parts cleaned, sanded, and ready for the plastic adhesive promoter. So you want to give 1 or 2 coats of this. Make sure that the paint sticks to the plastic you're spraying it to. Alright, let's go ahead and get the first coat on. Promote this bezel now. Definitely want to make sure we get this good. All the traffic is most wear and tear. We got this scuffed, cleaned with alcohol. I'm going to go ahead and tape off the area so we don't get overspray on the rest of the dash. Here we go. We got the passenger airbag all taped off, ready to go. We're going to go ahead and lay a couple blankets over the dash and other areas so I don't get overspray. But here we go, ready for adhesive promoter and then paint. This is how we're looking here so we don't get any overspray on the dash windshield and any other parts of the vehicle. Alright, getting ready to put on the first coat, the hammered black. Ready to paint the AC vents. Alright, getting ready to put the first coat of the hammered black on the passenger airbag. Couple light coats. Alright, getting ready to put the second coat on. Alright, look at that first coat, nice and dry. Getting ready to apply the second coat here. Right, this is what the passenger airbag looks like here. Nice even coat of that hammered black. Looks great. Gonna go ahead and remove the blue tape, see what it looks like. Look at that, looks really good. Just take your time and tape it off. The lines will look nice and crisp. Looking good. Look how great these pieces look. That Rust-Oleum hammered looks amazing. There's these vents. Look at that shine. Let's go ahead and take all the tape off this dash bezel here and see what it looks like. Look at that, looking good. Nice two-tone, nice offset. The hammered black really looks nice. Here we are inside the Sport Trac. We got everything put back together. So we have the instrument cluster bezel right here. We got that all painted black, looking really nice. We got this AC vent here. Got the one up here that's black. Gonna move our way over here to the Radial bezel. Looks awesome. That hammered black. Looks really good, super glossy, super easy to apply, and dries really fast. We'll go over here, we'll move to the passenger side so you can see just how nice this passenger airbag and AC control. Here is the passenger airbag right here, and the vent, along with the defroster vent. Nice, good look at that. Everything nice and painted black. Radial bezel, passenger airbag, and vents. Really good. Looks really good. Couple of hours, a little bit of sanding, a little bit of prepping. Get the interior Sport Trac looking just like this. I mean, you can paint it any color you want. I just like the gloss black look. Matches the 04 full-size Explorer center console. Got that painted that hammered black as well. But looking really good. I enjoy it. It's gonna last a really long time. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Monday to 6, out.